Will the ACC bend over for Notre Dame again? Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football, breaking down the game we love and getting us all set for what we hope is a 2020 college football season. Much of it taken away, though, by the announcement of the Big Ten on Thursday that there will be no non-conference play for Big Ten teams in 2020. The conference announced that all the 42 games involving 36 opponents non-conference will be wiped out, including the matchup we have set up behind us, Wisconsin, Notre Dame playing at Lambeau Field. That game will not be played in 2020. So the Big Ten has taken the first step among the major players in conference football in canceling games. Non-conference games won't be played. Therefore, the ACC looks to be taking the same stand as was reported later on Thursday, that non-conference games in the ACC will not be played for 2020. All right. If that holds true, and if the other conferences follow suit, where does that leave the independents, as the Power 5 conferences will play within their own conferences, and then we'll see about a college football playoff situation. But all of that remains in play if you belong to a conference. But if you don't belong to a conference, who do you play? Your conference or your season, your schedule is basically fallen apart, unless you are the mighty Fighting Irish of Notre Dame, because you've got a contract with the ACC. All of your other athletic programs play within the ACC conference and compete for a conference championship, except, of course, football, because the ACC just wanted Notre Dame cachet, wanted Notre Dame prestige, wanted the residuals of playing Notre Dame 5 times per season in football. But Notre Dame wanted to remain an independent and remain out in the open nationally and be a national brand and be unique and different than any other power in college football by playing a national schedule, which includes on a regular basis USC and Stanford, Michigan at times now, and then, of course, the ACC contract that includes 5 games per season. But now the ACC has Notre Dame in a situation in which Notre Dame needs the ACC. For Notre Dame to play football in 2020, with the rest of the conferences now looking to play conference-only games, the Pac-12 should announce here in the next week, similar to the Big Ten and the ACC, that it will only play conference games. So that takes USC and the Stanford game out of the mix for Notre Dame. Notre Dame needs the ACC in 2020. Therefore, the ACC has the opportunity to say, you know what, Notre Dame? If you want to play football in 2020, you need us. Therefore, we need you in the future. You're going to join the ACC. Now, is this going to happen? Most likely not. There's about a 1% chance of ACC Commissioner John Swofford of making the power play that he should make for himself and for the conference. Right now, Clemson owns the ACC, and nobody else comes close. Miami and Florida State have the recruiting footprint, the name brand, and the prestige, and the potential of challenging Clemson, but that's not going to happen at least for a few more years, and most likely not even within a few seasons. All right, Notre Dame is not close to Clemson right now either, but at least they would have a fighting chance of competing with Clemson. They would be automatically, right now, instantly the second best team in the ACC without question. All right, again, Notre Dame typically does not need the ACC. The ACC is fortunate to schedule Notre Dame for 5 games to bulk up the schedule of the likes of NC State and Wake Forest and a lot of middling programs other than Clemson, Miami, and Florida State. But for this particular football season, Notre Dame would lose a ton of television cash if it was not able to play football. And without the ACC, they can't play football. John Swofford is in his final season as ACC commissioner. he could make a huge play for his own legacy and for the future of the ACC if he would tell Notre Dame, you are good enough and we are good enough to be partners in all these other sports. You need to join us for football. We are going to save you for this 2020 college football season, and you are going to join us in 2021 and beyond. And if Notre Dame turns him down, fine. In 2021, we continue with our contract going forward in which you do not participate for an ACC championship, but we continue to schedule 5 games against you going forward until the end of the contract. Fine. No hard feelings, at least on my part, but I've given you the opportunity to play football in 2020 and join our conference in 2021. Again, if Notre Dame says no, they're toast in 2020. They're going to lose multi-millions of dollars, and so be it. But we can save your season in 2020, and you can join us for football in 2021 and beyond. That's what the ACC needs to do. And even if John Swofford is being selfish in trying to protect and maintain his own legacy, that could be what makes him a legend in collegiate sports in the ACC for the rest of his life and beyond. Because years from now, when Notre Dame is a member, a football-playing member of the ACC, people will look back at the 2020 season and say, what happened to force Notre Dame to join the ACC? Well, it was John Swofford who took a stand and saved Notre Dame football for the 2020 season and saved the university and its football program millions of dollars and probably recruiting connections and commitments with a number of athletes for 2020 and 2021 in particular. And in turn, Notre Dame joined the ACC and made us a better football conference and more relevant nationally. John Swofford can do that for the ACC, and he can do that for his own legacy, and he can do it right now. Will he do it? Most likely not. Should he do it? Would I do it? Yes. I would go right to Mr. Swarbrick and say, you are playing football in the ACC starting in 2021. We will save your football season in 2020. Notre Dame joins the ACC. Your thoughts down in the comments section below. Of course, subscribe to Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football, and turn on the bell for the notifications to know when we're going live each and every day right here, the voice of college football.